Okay, welcome everyone. I want to start out by please saying to everyone, please refrain from using the facility's Wi-Fi as it pulls from our tech equipment. So I wanted to start out saying that. And next, welcome to the Coronado Rotary Club. I want to welcome all of our guests today, all of our contestants, our judges, all our members, and all of our members and guests that are joining us on Zoom. So as we always start out with our inspirational invocation and pledge, Pat Freeman, if she'd like to come up, and please rise.
I'm a little bit shorter. Madam President, Rotarians, honored guests, and music students. Have you ever wondered why the Coronado Rotary supports the District 5340 Student Music Scholarship competition? Well, the first thing that popped into my head was the song, "Music Makes the World Go Around," and it truly does. But it's a lot more than that. Music provides enhanced spatial reasoning for students. Music combined with core subjects enhances student academic performance. It helps students to focus and to listen carefully to what is said to them and what they're learning. Music is beneficial to students and adults alike. It trains the brain and it helps body functions. It improves memory, boosts creativity, reduces stress, regulates your mood, and maintains heart health. Music energizes you. Have you ever heard a song that makes you remember a special memory? Have you ever listened to a beat that just made your feet want to dance? Coronado Rotary supports the music program because we have seen and heard the uniquely special students, so talented from all of our local schools. We seek to support student musicians as they continue their education, and we hope the best for them. So prepare to be impressed and to be energized today. So now if you'll please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Pat. That was great. Okay, next, past President Dan Orr. Here he comes for our visitors and our guests. I know, it's small up here.
Got an obstacle course up here. Okay, we had at least one visiting Rotarian find us down here. In oil and gas from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. Please meet our old friend, Jack Donald. Any other visiting Rotarians that I missed? How about guests of Rotarians? This should be a short part.
President Luann, fellow Rotarians, my guest today is Ashley Degree, the Director of Development for Coronado Schools Foundation, and a fantastic military wife, mom, and cool community member.
Somebody, all right, anybody else?
I'm curious, do we say hello to our contestants? Oh, sorry.
Say hello to our contestants or our judges. They're all going to be introduced to you later.
I was going to do that.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, I think we're good if no one else. What we'll do is the judges and the contestants will be introduced by Helen in a minute. So what we always do next is our Red Badgers. If they'd please stand up. Jerry Brown, I think he's here. Jerry's somewhere, there's over there. Joe Malloy right here, our tech guy. Sarah Cheverton is here. There's Sarah back there. Carrie Siegenthaler and Sully, of course, is with her. We always love Sully. John Jacobson, our newest Rotarian. Michelle Meek right there, and Ronnie Hosler right here, and both Michelle and Ronnie, this will be their last meeting as a Red Badger. So next, I'd like to invite up our chair for the music competition, Helen Kupka.
Thank you, President Luann, and hello, fellow Rotarians. It's my honor to thank and introduce our 3 judges for the music competition. First, Martin Green, if you could wave at everybody. All right. Martin, let me tell you just a little bit. Martin is a well-known and respected performer, arranger, composer, and educator. Among his numerous credits are performances. Oops, I'm reading the wrong one. Hey. Okay, never mind. You got a whole new career in 30 seconds. It's amazing. Anyway, Martin is, I knew this. I shouldn't look at the paper. He's the organist and choir master for St. Paul's Cathedral. Is that better? Yes, it's true. And it's true, too. And the associate music director for the San Diego Master Chorale. And I want to thank you and apologize for doing your intro wrong. And Michael Morgan, who I will now explain. Michael's been here before, and so has Martin, and we are so grateful to them for coming and judging our wonderful students. And Michael is the well-known and respected performer, arranger, and conductor. All right? Anyway, he has performed all over, including with the San Diego Symphony. And third, we have Doug Hall from the San Diego Symphony, who also lives in my neighborhood. And he plays French horn and has a rehearsal at 1:30. So if you see him duck at some point, you'll understand. So anyway, I want to thank all you 3 gentlemen for making the time to hear these wonderful musicians today. Thank you.
I don't think we'll need a mic because I am. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. I'm gonna do an intro. Please, sir. Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, contestants number one. Very good. Okay, next, first we're going to have the announcements with the announcements slide. And I do want to say that today is International Women's Day. So we're celebrating women today. And I saw a quote from Rotary that says, "Women make Rotary more vibrant." And I agree. So. Okay, so if we have Ronnie today, and she's doing her last requirement for her red badge, and so that's making an announcement. So if we can have the announcement slide. You want it here? So you can see it. Get it on here.
President Luann, fellow Rotarians, Rotarian guests. We have the March Social, which is on Thursday, March 9th at Virginia Bayer's home. That's 631 Coronado Avenue from 5:30 to 7:30 tomorrow evening. Beach cleanup is Saturday, March 11th. Coronado tree planting is Saturday, March 11th. District training assembly is Saturday, March 25th. And golf tournament is Friday, March 31st.
Okay, and if we can get a microphone to Pat Stark back in the corner, he's going to tell us a little bit about the golf tournament. And while we're waiting on that, Helen is Ronnie's sponsor. And as we always do, now that she's not a Red Badger anymore, take the red sticker off. So congratulations, Ronnie. Okay, Pat, if you want to go ahead on the golf tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, a little more than 3 weeks from now, Alexander Rodriguez, Albert Pujols, Patrick Mahomes, and Kurt Gowdy will host the annual Coronado Rotary Golf Tournament as televised by ESPN and ABC. To refute that, you have to come to find out otherwise. We are nearing capacity. We have about 10 teams to go. We have a whole bunch of very generous members who have really ponied up money, and thank you. But now we need some players. So 10 teams to go. Think about it. Dig deep down in your pocket and your heart, because it's for us and all the good things we do. And get involved and do the Coronado Rotary Golf Tournament, and maybe you'll get some signatures from those guys.
Okay, thank you, Pat. I just want to real quick say that tomorrow, again, is the social at Virginia Bear's house at 631 Coronado Avenue, 5:30 to 7:30. Don't forget adult beverage and an appetizer to share. And don't forget to bring your reusable cup or glass, because we don't do plastic anymore. And then also, this coming Saturday, there is a beach cleanup, like we always have, meet 7:45 at Isabella and Ocean. But also at the same time, there's two opportunities. The Coronado Arbor Day tree planting is Saturday, March 11th at 8:30. You meet at Spreckles Park. Then one other thing, as you've noticed, to sign up on March 29th, our Wednesday meeting is going to be in the evening, and it is going to be at Feast and Fairway at the golf course. It's like we come at 12, it would be the same thing like you come at 5 p.m., and it lasts till 6:30, and our speaker is going to be Tina Friend, our city manager. And then the last thing is, you'll see in an email coming out in the next few days that there's a new list for the pantry at the IB Neighborhood Center. That will be coming out, and that has a list of the things that you can donate and where to take them. And that ends at March 27th so that they can take those things down. So next, if competitor number 2 wants to come on up.
my name's Sophia, and the first song I'm going to be playing is called Millionaire's Hoedown by Herman Klebanoff. I think that's how you say it. It's more of like an upbeat, fast one, and then the next song is more of a slower one. So, hope you like it.
Thank you, contestant number 2. Very good. Okay, next we have a check presentation. Oh, you have another one? Oh. All right. So I guess we have some more music. Okay.
Okay, so my my next song is Gavotte in G minor by Bach.
Well, thank you. Thank you for 2 pieces. Sorry about that. Okay, next we're going to have a check presentation from our Community Service Director, Mike Wywoody.
President Luann, fellow Rotarians, our club approved a $2,500 contribution to the Coronado Schools Foundation. So this evening, or this afternoon, we have Ashley Degree, who's the Director of Development, and our own Rotarian, Michelle Gilmore, who's the President and CEO of Coronado Schools Foundation, here to receive that check. So, actually,
All right, thank you. And then Michelle is going to do a non-Rotarian announcement real quick. And she knows there's a fine, so I said good for her because she's learning.
Thank you all, since I have your attention. It's such a joy to hear this music. And one of the things that we fund from the Coronado Schools Foundation is instrumental, performing arts, dance, and music at our schools, K through 12, which happens to be that we are having a telethon next Thursday, March 16th, and it's in line with the talent, Coronado's talent. So come to the high school and watch the amazing talent on stage, just like these fantastic kids. And if you can't make it, then watch the telethon, and we accept all donations, every size, every measure, and thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Okay, next contestant number 3. All right, thank you, contestant number 3. So next, if we can, is Jane Simmerall here, if she'd like to come on up? She has an announcement on Limbs of Freedom.
President Luann and fellow Rotarians, as many of you know, our Limbs of Freedom team went down to Ensenada this past weekend for a clinic, and they provided limbs for 15 people. Thanks to all 15 of you members who purchased a pair of shoes for these individuals, and a few of you even bought 2 pairs, so we have a head start, a little bit of a head start on the next clinic. The clinics are usually held about every 3 or 4 months. And Josh Pells, who's a member of the Limbs of Freedom team, came by my home on Thursday and picked up the shoes and took them down to the clinic. And he was so appreciative of your donations because the staff has had to hustle and buy the shoes kind of at the last minute. So thank you for that. Yeah. So I put a sign-up sheet at each table, and if you haven't already volunteered to purchase and donate shoes and would like to, please sign up. And then when the next clinic rolls around, I'll have your name and I'll give you a call about what size we need and all of that. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jane. This is really important simply because when I went down there and I saw one of the gentlemen come that was being fitted, he literally had a size 9 shoe on his good leg and he should have been wearing an 11. So it's something that we can do, so please sign up for that. And I thank all of the people that have given the shoes to this point. Okay, so next, contestant number 4.
So I'll be playing a jig by Bach on the marimba, and then I'll be playing a study number 6 by Mitchell Peters on the snare drum. Oh, I'll be playing a Bach jig on the marimba. Oh, a Bach jig on the marimba, and on the snare drum, study number 6 by Mitchell Peters.
Okay, thank you, contestant number 4. So next we have Michelle Meek. She's going to do her Who Am I? And she's on her way up here.
Thank you, President Luann. Good afternoon, Rotarians and guests. You know, I come from a long line of storytellers. I grew up listening to my grandpa tell stories about working on the railroad at the Santa Fe Yard in Barstow, where I grew up, and later about being the fire chief at San Quentin. At dinner at night, I would hear stories about my mom's day, carrying on her mom's legacy as an educator in our public schools. I would hear stories from my dad about growing up in the hollers of Kentucky with his uncles, who allegedly were running moonshine. Allegedly very important, of course, because I think this storytelling legacy is what led me to my career as an attorney. You know, sometimes being a litigator is just about telling a compelling story on behalf of your client. Nothing more than that. When I'm not working, you can find me out at concerts any night of the week, every night of the week with my sister, listening to those musicians tell their stories. So this was truly a perfect day to do my Who Am I with our talented musicians. You know, and of course, seeing the concerts for the reasons that Pat Freeman already provided, you know, mostly heart health. Anyway, and that's also why I'm so excited to join Rotary and to be part of the stories that Rotary is involved in here and across the globe. So thank you very much. Can you get rid of my red sticker? Are we done?
Thank you very much. Congratulations, sweetie. Okay, so Michelle's sponsor is past President Suzanne Pop. She couldn't be here today, so off went the red sticker. So congratulations, Michelle. Okay, next, I guess Helen took the judges back there. So John Duncan is back there. If he wants to come up, he's going to tell us a little bit about Low Tide Ride and Stride that's coming up.
Thank you, President Luann. Good afternoon, Rotarians and guests. So the Low Tide Ride and Stride is June 24th this year, and my main purpose for giving an announcement today is just to let you know that our website is up, and you can actually register now if you like. So it's just lowtideride.com, and I wanted to thank my co-chair, Stephanie Anderson. I don't think she's here today, but she did all of the work on changing over the website and getting it set up. We're going to have a leadership meeting in a week or so, but we're waiting until after the golf tournament to do our general meeting for the Low Tide Ride and Stride. And I also just wanted to ask if there's any new members or any current Red Badgers who've never worked on that event, please come to our general meeting that we're going to set in the first week of April, because it's a great event and we could definitely use your help. And I think that's about it. We're pretty excited. So after the golf tournament, start thinking about Low Tide Ride and Stride. And again, you can go ahead and get on and register if you like. I registered my daughter this morning. It worked fantastic. And it's going to be very similar to last year's event where we started and finished at Sunset Park. So thank you so much.
Thank you, John. Okay, as soon as Helen comes back, she's going to give us a little background on the contestants, but while we're waiting, I guess we could go through a couple things. So the 4th of July, the Float Committee, their kickoff meeting is going to be March 22nd, and that would be fun. There's volunteer opportunities with that. If anyone is interested in taking the lead on that, just see John Pedrati. Next, if you are working with youth, just know that as of March 1st, you have to take the Rotary Youth Protection Certification. And you can see Janice Lowenberg on that, Michelle Petty, or I know past President Rob Taylor has done it. And then the last thing, and I want to thank again everyone that contributed to Shelter Box. It's been over $23,000 that we raised, and a thank you to everyone. I think that donate button is still on the website if you'd still like to give, but that's 23 families that we've helped, so thank you to everyone that did that. And Helen, if you want to come up and tell us a little bit about the background on the contestants.
Well, we've got to give our judges a little bit of time to pull their stuff together, but I had a chance to talk to these wonderful student musicians a little bit earlier. And the first musicians, two musicians that you heard are Vincent Nguyen and Diego as his accompanist. And can you stand up and wave so everybody can see you again? All right, great. And let me tell you a little bit about these guys. Vincent is a 10th grader, and Diego is also in the 10th grade. And Vincent has only played the guitar for 2 years, and I don't know if you heard him playing the piano earlier, but he clearly plays that instrument as well. Diego plays a lot of different instruments besides, and he's played, what, is it 12 or 13 years, Diego? 13 on drums, but he plays the bass, the piano, and the guitar. And so these guys play lots of music. I asked them, what do you do when you're not playing music? And they went, more music. More music. Anyway, though Vincent does play volleyball, and I asked him about aspirations. Oh, and also, Diego, you play the piano too, or no? I can't. And he seems to play a bit of everything.
A bit of everything.
There you go. All right. And I asked him about aspirations, and Vincent says he wants to be a musician and he wants music in his life, and he said, but he's going to study engineering just in case. And, and we were laughing. We were saying, oh boy, yeah, you need to eat. I wanted to be a stage star, and obviously that wasn't going to happen. And Diego is also wants to be, let's see if I can find my notes here. Digital software, right? Did I get that right? He does some of that stuff, and he's got all kinds of aspirations as well. He'd like to go to the Berklee School of Music. That's a stretch, and we wish him luck. So that's great. Our contestant number 2 is the beautiful Sophia Bushy. Stand up and wave at everybody. There you go. And her parents are here, Amanda and Terry. Is that right? Or Keith. Okay, meant to write that down. Amanda and Keith. Okay, great. Yeah. And Amanda told me that Sophia started asking for a violin when she was, I think, first grade or kindergarten. So she's wanted to play her whole life. She is a 9th grader here at CUSD and has been playing since she was 7 years old. And she plays in a string quartet at the COSA organization at CUSD. And she aspires to have music in her future as well, and her favorite pastimes are to be outdoors with her friends. And contestant number 3 is Josiah Kemp. Josiah, give everybody a big wave. And Josiah is a junior, so we may see him again next year, as we will some of the other contestants. And he has played the piano since age 8. And he has some big plans. He hopes to be a producer and have his own recording studio. So that's down the right. But he does a lot of other stuff. He plays football and likes to do weightlifting as well. So we hope to see him again soon. And number 4, I don't think we probably ever had a marimba player compete before. This has got to be a first. And so Julian, give us all a big wave, would you? Thanks. That's great. Julian's big passion is percussion, all kinds of percussion instruments. And he's a senior, so he's off to college next. And his aspirations to get into UCLA, and if not, otherwise Long Beach. But he has only been playing the marimba for a couple of years, but all kinds of other drums and snare wave for a lot longer than that. So probably 4 or 5 years on the other instruments. And he likes to do computer stuff, coding, something about taking apart keyboards. I don't know about that. Anyway, and he said, and like all teenagers, I love video games too. So anyway, so we really think the world of these guys. Anyway, so we thank them all for competing. I'm going to find out from our judges how we did. So hang out a little bit.
Okay, so while we're waiting, I thought what I'd do is announce next week's meeting. And next week, we're back at the Coronado Yacht Club. And I have to tell you, it's going to be a really, really interesting meeting. First of all, the speaker is Andy Friedenberg. I think Doug St. Dennis is representing him, is bringing him as a speaker. And it's on celebrity war stories, confessions of a movie studio publicist. And then what I've done is, if for a lot of us, we've noticed that there are some people that have had mini strokes, TIA, that type of thing. So in the first 30 minutes that we normally do in a business meeting, we're going to have the new CEO of our Sharp Coronado Hospital, Scott Evans. He's going to tell us a little bit about updates on the hospital. And then Dr. Gregory Appel, he's the doctor with the emergency department. He's the medical director at Sharp Coronado. He's going to tell us a little bit about what symptoms, what to look for on your own for TIAs, for possible strokes. And he's also going to tell us about what you should look for someone else if you see some of the signs. And then we're going to have our new fire chief, Jason Summers. He's going to come and talk to us on why you should call 911 and what EMS and the fire department has to do with this. So it's going to be a really, really valuable meeting for next week. And I guess she went to get the judges. I can say to each of you, the contestants, great job. I remember when I took piano lessons and I was in middle school and had to get up and do a very long piece by memory. And a lot of kids there, a lot of parents, and just so happened I couldn't remember. And I went back a couple measures and still couldn't remember. And they made me get off the stage, go to my chair, look it up, and go back on the stage with tears, I can tell you. And I can say that I have not touched the piano since. It was too traumatic for me. So that's mine. So I give you guys a lot of credit for this, because music's awesome. Okay, so anything else? Okay, let's ask while we're here. We can get the microphone. Is there anybody that has anything major that they want to bring up? I know Carol Summers, it's her birthday tomorrow, so we're going to celebrate that at the social. Yeah. Anybody else have anything major? Yeah, do you want to say something?
Me, we can sing happy birthday too, but okay. Is it working? Okay. But the piece me and Diego played was Someday My Prince Will Come. It was originally like arranged for the Disney movie Snow White, but it was like later turned into a jazz standard. So I've had like classical training all my life, and I've played like classical piano for 11 years now. So like I kind of created an arrangement with me and Diego that was more graceful, but also had that swing element like for jazz. And yeah, like a lot of the stuff we played, we kind of came up with on the spot. We improvised, but yeah, it was fun. And here's your size piece.
I played Bach Prelude 12. Nothing much to say about it. It's a really nice classical piece. I've been working on it for about 5 months now, and I'm working on getting it fully on memory. So yeah. Yeah, that's it.
So that's it. All right. Well, it was great. Okay, I think somebody has a microphone back there. They want to say something. Oh, okay, Meredith.
Hi. Hi. I just wanted to say to everybody that we do have a display today. As you know, we do have things to wear as Rotarians to be very proud of who we are. So please stop by the table before you leave and see if there's something new, because there are quite a few new items aboard. And I'm really glad that I want to thank the musicians, because I have a musician in my family, and it does stay with you your whole life, and it's wonderful. So thank you.
All right. Yes. Don't forget to look at the merchandise on the way out. And then I'm going to put Howard somewhere on the spot if you can get a microphone to him. He visited in Australia. He's got the shirt on, and he can tell us a little bit about the Rotary Club that he visited there.
Thank you, Luann. President Luann, members and guests. Yes, I'm wearing a shirt from the Rotary Club of Adelaide. And in South Australia, there are multiple clubs down there. This is the oldest and the biggest club in South Australia. They're about to celebrate their 100th anniversary. And reminded me very much of our club meetings. They hold them at noon on Wednesday. And they do have a beautiful venue there. If anybody's been to Adelaide, there's the Adelaide Oval, which is an amazing sports complex. And they're in a room which looks out onto the field. And I was explaining to Luann, they have a drop-down screen like we have to project their images, but they also have high-definition monitors on either side of the room. And it's about twice this size. There's a bar over there. Everybody sits and has a little name tag on their seat because they all register before the meeting. They had a wonderful speaker who was the director of basically the South Australia Theater Organization, and they have a very active theater in the whole state and in Adelaide. It was very, very well attended. The president is a very nice gentleman who has offered to basically take, well, Luann's not going to be at the meeting in Melbourne, which is going to be the Rotary International meeting in May, but Bob Rutherford is very much looking forward to meeting up with the president of the Rotary Club. So if anybody's in Australia, and if you're in Adelaide, please make an effort to go to this club. It's just a great experience, and we had a wonderful time. I had my wife with me, Jean was with me, and our friends, our host, who we were visiting down there was also, and all three of us were welcomed and very much appreciated their hospitality.
Okay, thank you, Howard. I appreciate that. And he brought back a banner to exchange, so that was great. But then I can't.
Luann, Fred Curry online has something he wants to say.
President Luann, fellow members, can you hear me?
We hear you.
All right, super. I know I've got to be fined because this is a non-Rotary announcement. But
we're teaching everyone well, I think.
The Coronado Philharmonia Orchestra is in existence. They're attempting to get the word out that they do exist and that they're doing performances on a fairly regular basis. They asked me to announce that on this club meeting and also mention two facts. One is that they're looking for sponsorship and membership. And the other is that their next performance is on March 18th, and it's an Irish journey. And you can get tickets and find out more at Coronado Philharmonia. I keep getting a C in there, .org. That's all. Thank you, President Luann.
All right. Okay, so when we're still waiting here, I guess what I'll do is I was going to announce this next week. Oh, here's Helen. Have they decided yet? Helen, are they decided? All right, so we have the results.
All right. Well, I thank the judges one more time for doing it, and they had a, thank you very much. Okay, so we hope to see all of you guys, except for our senior Julian, back next year, and with more stuff, and maybe we'll have a little better definition, a little bit more lead time than we did this time. Anyway, we have 2 finalists, and a second place, and a first place. And our 2 finalists are Julian Young and Sophia Bushy.
So if you didn't hear that, Helen said there's 2 certificates and each got a $75 check.
Well, this was a squeaker for second and first. I mean, there's just hardly any difference between the two. So it's very, very close. And so our, hold on a second, let me get these right and not do them, don't want to mess up like the Academy Awards, right? Okay, so second place goes to, drum roll, Josiah Kemp. And Josiah gets a certificate and a check for $125. Okay, and that only leaves one contestant, and that would be Vincent. I don't know if you heard him play the piano before while you were coming in, but this kid's got some amazing chops. So Vincent, you are our big winner with a check for $200. And we'll see you guys back next year.
Okay, I want to thank Helen in particular for taking this over. It was great to have all the contestants here. Congratulations, and their families. And let's go out and have a great Rotary week.